Hi, Nick Funditis here from Royal LePage, and today this short video is just talking about FINTRAC requirements. So why do my team and I ask you for your ID and your employment information and things like that? In short, it's required by law. So anytime we have a large transaction in Canada, and purchasing a house or selling a house certainly falls under that, it is our responsibility as realtors. We're required under the Anti-Money Laundering and Terrorist Financing Act to make sure that we verify who is involved with the transaction. So if I'm listing a home, my responsibility is to verify who the sellers are. And if I'm helping someone purchase a home, I'm helping, verify who our buyer clients are. That means that I'm going to do a few things. So first of all, I'm going to ask to look at your ID and record the information on it. I will be looking for an official ID, so a Costco card doesn't count, but something like a driver's license or a passport works just fine. In terms of employment information, I'm going to ask you detailed questions about your employment. So I will ask you I'm going to ask you what you do for a living, what your job title is, and in addition to that, if you're retired, I will ask what you retired from. So what did you do before you retired? These are all questions that are required of us to ask you. The only other things, I won't ask you for your social insurance number. Your lender may do that as part of their credit checks, but that's not a requirement that we have. And then the only other thing I'll do is verify your address. If you're selling your own home, obviously this one's pretty easy. But if you're a buyer, I'll verify that information as well, because that all goes on our paperwork too. So if you have any questions about it, if you have any, sometimes we run into somebody who has an objection about it over privacy, and that's fine. We can have that discussion. Please know that any information that we collect is not shared with outside parties. We don't use it for, to sell to outside marketing to you or anything like that. It's stored in my files, locked, secured at the brokerage for as many years as the Act currently requires. And the only people who would be able to access that information are if there was a government body that had to do an investigation because of that sale, whether or not you were suspected of suspicious activity or not. They investigate everybody associated with that purchase. So there you go. In 10 years, as far as I know, it has not happened to me, but that's information that you may want to know about FINTRAC. And there you go.